Hi everyone, welcome back to OnlineBiz TV. This is Ruth and we're talking about the 20% commission that Shopify takes from us just for having our apps on their app store. Since filming this video in Unite of 2021, Shopify have actually changed their percentages of commission. They announced that they are actually not charging any commission from apps that are making less than $1 million a year, and for apps that are making over $1 million from the first million above, they are only charging a 15% commission. So that's a pretty good discount, and you might think the video is not relevant anymore, but it is, because the same concept that I'm talking about for Shopify is relevant for any other platform you are going in, for any micro SaaS you're thinking of building, so keep listening. A few months ago, we published a video where I talk about micro SaaS and why I believe this is the best way for you to get into the SaaS world, or even just to get into the online business world. In the video, I also talked about Shopify, which is the main platform we launch our micro SaaS products on, and I mentioned that they take 20% of the revenue from us. Yikes. One of the comments we got was that 20% is huge. This is a lot of money to give to Shopify just for hosting our product on their app store. And you're right, 20% is a pretty big commission. But I wanted to talk about, is it worth it or is it not? Is it worth it to us to give Shopify 20% of our hard-earned revenue just because we're on the app store? That's a question that a lot of people struggle with. A lot of developers want the full 100% of revenue. They see it as Shopify or any other platform for that matter, basically just taking a huge cut for no good reason. And I do see where they're coming from. I totally get it. Of course, we want to be as independent as possible in our business and not owe anyone any big cut for directing customers to us. So what are the pros and the cons? Is it worth it? Let's get into it. The thing is, Shopify is not the worst one here. Look at Wix and Apple, for example. They take a whopping 30% off of anyone who has an app on their app store. Let's not give Shopify any ideas here. So why do people still choose to launch their products on these app stores that basically steal such a huge percentage? So let's start with the first and most important reason, which is free customer acquisition. When you launch your product on an app store, you have basically a platform with your target audience, your exact target audience that can see your products completely for free. So yeah, it's not that simple. There are a lot of rules to follow. You have to maintain your ratings and reviews. You have to take care of your App Store listing optimization so that they find you in the search and you're in the right categories. There are a lot of promotion works to be done. But in a nutshell, the moment we launch an app on the Shopify App Store, we start getting installs. That is a fact. And I'm not just talking about our biggest app, Reconvert, that is rated #1 as the App Store app in the App Store. It has a lot of ratings, so yeah, people find it very easily. I'm talking about any app. If we launched an app a month ago, we started getting installs from day one. This is not true for any kind of SaaS product that you create. The sad truth is, if you build it, they will not just come. You have to actually work at getting these customers. And any app store you're launching on really helps you get these customers. It makes the whole process of customer acquisition so much easier and free. Yeah, you can run ads. You can run ads on Google, Facebook, Bing, whatever you want. You can even run ads on Shopify now. But you don't have to. People will find you and install you even if you do nothing other than some basic SEO for the App Store. The second reason is another thing that makes customer acquisition so much easier, which is trust. People trust the App Store. They trust the review that you go through by Shopify or Wix or Apple or again, any other app store. So it's easier for them to actually install you and pay you than it would be if you direct them to your own landing page that they have to now find out about and trust from scratch. They trust the reviews because this is a platform they know. They trust the payment processor because they don't give you their credit card. They've already given it to Shopify and now they're just approving that Shopify can charge them for your app as well. There are a lot of components here that make the entire installation process so much easier for them. And that is priceless. The last two reasons kind of go hand in hand. It's just cheaper and easier to get started in a micro SaaS. When you develop something that builds up on an existing platform, by definition, this something is going to be much leaner, at least in the beginning. Maybe in the future you can turn it into a monster. But in the beginning, this is going to be leaner than something that is a whole platform of its own. And because of that, when you're first starting out, the risks are lower. You get the chance to develop something for much cheaper, launch it, start making money, start gaining experience for the next big project that you maybe are dreaming of. Me personally, I think a micro SaaS can be an incredible business. Our business of only micro SaaS products is running for 3 years now and doing very well. Every business has its ups and downs, and every product has its shelf life. But just because your product is not a micro SaaS doesn't mean it's not going to eventually run its course if you don't continuously renovate it and improve it. But when you start with a micro SaaS, you just have an easier start. You're not starting from zero, and that makes all the difference. So to the person commented, you're right, 20% is a lot. But let me ask you that. Would you rather have 80% of $1,000 or 100% of $0? That is the question you should be asking yourself. Thinking that if you develop something that is completely from scratch, you're gonna get 100% of the revenue might be true if your product is successful. But if you create a micro SaaS, you are much more likely to have a successful product that actually generates money. So the 20% ends up being worth it, basically. I hope that helps answering the question. And I hope you don't feel called out, because that's not the goal here. I'm sure a lot of people are thinking that from conversations that we've had with other app developers. A lot of people are thinking maybe they should build something out of the App Store. But when you look at it, in most cases, these things that are built out of the App Store are just not as successful inside the ecosystem as the things that actually work with the platform. If you guys have any more questions, if you don't agree with me, if you think maybe there's a point that I missed here, let us know in the comments. I would really love to hear your opinion and your take on that. And if you have any specific video topics that you want us to talk about, let us know in the comments. We want to know. We want to hear your opinion. If you haven't subscribed to us yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Go ahead, subscribe and hit the bell notification so you never miss another video from us. And don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and the dislike button if you didn't. That's engagement, that helps. Have a great day, and we will see you in the next one.